And at this time, we proceed to the most important highlights of today's convocation, the State of the University Address. To present the accomplishments, milestones, and forward directions of the University of Makati, let us welcome the University President, Professor Elexur Ramos. A round of applause, please.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Kanina nagko-comment po ako, parang hindi Pasko yung atmosphere natin. Parang ano ba yan, dahil masyadong maaga yung ating convocation. But before I start, please greet the person beside you a pleasant good morning. Morning. Magandang umaga po. Truly, madami po talaga tayong dapat ipagpasalamat. Marami po tayong mga bagay na dapat ipagdiwang dahil ito pong taong 2025, muli napakarami ng accomplishments ng University of Makati at tunay ngang napakagaling ng University of Makati. Siyempre po, nais kong batiin ang katuwang ko po sa ating management sa University of Makati, ang ating pong VP for Academic Affairs, Dr. VP Ed Tapia, ang ating pong VP for Student Services, Sir Hil Tabu, ang ating pong VP for Planning and Research, Dr. Net Cariaga, ang ating pong University Secretary, Ma'am Juvie Hermosura, at ayan na po, pumapasok na ang napakaganda nating VP for Administration, Attorney Jewel. At maya-maya po, sasamahan din tayo ng ating VP for Finance na si Engineer Moro. At sa lahat po ng mga empleyado at mga kawani ng University of Makati, muli magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Noong nakaraang taon, ay pininisinta po natin yung ating pong ibinahagi na 10-point agenda sa University of Makati nung ako po ay nahalal bilang inyong Pangulo ng Universidad. At binahagi po natin nung nakaraang taon, ano yung mga naging accomplishments natin. Sabi ko nga nung nag-planning po kami, kasama po ng inyong mga heads at mga deans, sabi ko, this first term of my office would be laying out the groundwork to be able to achieve the 10-point agenda that I have laid down. And there will come a time that we will actually be reaping the awards. Akala ko po, it will take about 3 or 4 years o tatapusin pa muna yung aking unang term bago natin makita itong mga rewards na to. Ngunit sa suporta po ng ating City Government of Makati at syempre sa sipag din at sa kasagaling ng lahat ng mga empleyado natin sa University of Makati ay hindi na po natin kailangan mag-antay pa ng 1, 2, 3, 4 na taon dahil ngayon pa lamang po ang dami na po nating natatanggap na mga awards at pagkilala sa kagalingan po ng University of Makati. So umpisahan ko po ang ating State of the University Address. So, nasaan na po ba tayo ngayon? Magre-review po tayo. Babalikan po natin yung binanggit ko na 10 agenda po natin sa University of Makati. Unang-una, sinabi po natin na pinangarap natin na tayo ang kauna-unahang local university in the country to be globally ranked and recognized. Sabi ko po noon na tuwing lumalabas ang mga rankings sa iba't ibang mga academic institutions, parating mga SUCs at saka mga private higher educational institutions ang napapasama sa listahan na to. So, nangarap tayo, sumubok tayong sumali at gumawa tayo ng mga hakbang para maiangat ang antas ng kalidad ng edukasyon sa ating pamantasan para pumasama tayo sa rankings. And in our first year of joining the World University Rankings for Innovation or WURI, we were actually ranked. On our second year, we were actually ranked much, much higher and ranking 186th. And actually, nasama na rin tayo dun sa Times Higher Education Impact Rankings 2025. Ayan po yan. No? So, isang pagpupugay po yan sa lahat ng hard work at dedikasyon ng ating mga empleyado. Ngunit, hindi ko po papalagpasin itong pagkakataon na ito para po pasalamatan yung nagbigay sa atin ng idea at ng direksyon na, Sir, kung gusto po natin marank at mapasama at masama tayo doon sa radar ng Commission on Higher and Education sa ating internationalization efforts, ang pinaka maganda po na salihan po natin habang we are still trying to build up our research capabilities para ma-meet natin yung minimum natin sa QS at saka sa THE ay sa WURI. At ang nagbigay po sa ating idea niyan ay walang iba kung hindi si Dr. Jason Berganya. So, Dean, maraming salamat po. Ikaw po yung nagsimula niyan at syempre, pinagpatuloy naman po ni Dr. Pahe and eventually po ni Dr. Henry Magat. At ngayon po ang paanyaya po sa lahat ng ating mga kasamahan dito sa University of Makati ay sana bago mag-deadline ng December 19, nag-set po tayo ng sarili nating deadline which is December 12, madagdagan pa po natin yung ating mga cases at saka mga write-ups na isasubmit para po sa entry ng WURI. Okay. Pangalawa, okay, sinabi po natin na ipagpapatuloy natin ang tradisyon ng excellence, hindi lamang sa law education, kung hindi lalo na rin po sa mga other board-related programs natin sa University of Makati. Okay. So, asan po ba ang resibo nitong mga to? Sa Certified Human Resource Associate under the College of Business and Financial Sciences, 100% po ang ating passing. Sa Pharmacy Board Exam, nagkaroon din po tayo ng 100% passing. Sa Master Electricians, ganun din po. Sa Nurses, 100%. Sa Professional Teachers, 92.16. Sa Certified Public Accountants, 42.86. Sa Professional Teachers, 100% po ulit. Master Electricians, nabanggit ko po kanina, 100%. Psychometricians, 92%. Electronic Technicians, another 100%. Certified Public Accountants, yung ating mga first-time takers, 100%. Ito lamang pong kalalabas na Pharmacy Board Exam, 84.62%. Sa nursing po, sa kalalabas lang a couple of weeks ago, and as you know, I am a very proud father and a parent because my son, who graduated from our nursing program and who took the licensure examination last November 4 and 5, is now a registered nurse. So, sabi ko nga po, ito ang sinasabi kong tayako sa University of Makati na pinagkakatiwala ang pag-aaral ng aking mga mahal sa buhay dahil naniniwala po ako sa kalidad ng edukasyon sa ating universidad. 100% po ulit. Sa civil engineering, 33%. Ngunit alam naman po natin na talagang napakahirap nung katatapos lang na civil engineering exam. At we're also very proud na pinag-iisipan pa lamang po ng DepEd at saka ng TESDA, ginagawa na po natin sa senior high school ng University of Makati na nire-require po natin kung kakayanin at dahil meron tayong mga partners na mabigyan ng employable skill ang ating mga graduating senior high school students, and 375 of them actually receive their NC certification after getting trained and getting assessed. 100% po ang passing. So palakpakan naman po natin ang ating mga sarili. Marami po tayong mga inobasyon na ginawa at ito po ay kailangan natin din paigtingin at pag-aralan kung paano pa po natin lalo itong mapapabuti. Naniniwala po ako doon sa isa sa mga inobasyon na ginawa po natin. Halimbawa, yung pagbigay ng 10,000 suporta para po sa mga magre-review for the board exams ay malaking tulong po para sa ating mga estudyante. Yung ginawa na rin po natin sa accountancy program ay hopefully, tignan po natin kung kaya din natin gaya sa iba pang mga board-based programs na sinimulan po natin sa School of Law na during their review phase, kasi po yung dun po sa accountancy, dahil 5 years po siya, yung kanyang 5th year ay binibigyan na po natin sila ng monthly allowance. Kagaya po sa School of Law na sinimulan po natin that we are giving our students 10,000 monthly allowance. Kasi lumabas po sa pag-aaral natin, kagaya po doon sa accountancy, tsaka tinitignan po din po natin, baka sa engineering o sa iba pang mga board-based programs natin, it might be the same case, na pagka-graduate pa lamang po kasi nila ng management accounting on their 4th year, dahil 2nd degree lalabas yung BS Accountancy, they are already gainfully employed, which actually, in a way, affects their concentration and their time during the review on the 5th year. Ngayon po, nung binigyan natin sila ng allowance habang sila ay nasa 5th year, para kahit papaano, hindi nila iisipin na kailangan kong magtrabaho para kumita na kagad ng pera at kahit papaano may natatanggap ako na konting tulong mula sa City Government of Makati. Nakita po natin for 2 consecutive board exams ng accountancy program, 100% po yung ating first-time takers. No? So siguro ito po ay isa sa mga aral na kailangan nating pag-isipan at saka pag-igtingin pa at titignan po natin kung ito pong programang ito ay kaya rin po natin maibahagi at magawa sa iba pang mga board-based programs of the University of Makati. Okay, yung pangatlo. By the way, yung pangatlo po, take risks in developing new models and techniques to help improve the quality of education in our country. Ngayon po, ang ating pong College of Innovative Teacher Education at ang ating Institute of Pharmacy ay accredited na po as a CPD provider. Okay? So that is a very big accomplishment for us. Ang ating pong I-test, no? In fact, hindi lamang po yung I-test, but yung ating pong universidad ay membro na rin po ng UnityVet. At isa po sa mga pinapangarap natin, kung hindi man po magawa natin by the end of this year, hopefully by the first quarter of next year, ay tayo po ay maging recognized ng TESDA as a TVI, as a Technical Vocational Institute. Marami po kasing mga pwedeng magawa natin kapag tayo po ay accredited ng TESDA. Unang-una po, yung access to vouchers at saka scholarships and training para po hindi lamang 375 students yung makikater natin sa ating senior high school, kung hindi, hopefully, lahat ng estudyante natin sa senior high school ay kaya na nating matrain at mapa-assess later on. Tayo lamang din po, ito po, very proud of this, and the other school officials who came with us in this learning journey can attest to this. We are actually the first local university to have a micro-credential offering that is accredited not only internationally and locally by our institution, but also credited by an Australian higher academic institution. Tayo lamang po yung natatanging universidad na local university na meron pong ganyan. So, hopefully in the following months, we can cascade it not only to our employees, but to our students as well. Nung nagpunta po kami ng Australia, there were 16 of us officially employed delegates of the university. And we were really impressed by the gracious hosting of our hosts there. But more than that is the shared vision that moving forward, when we shared with them, sabi ko kasi sa kanila, when they first came to me and offered micro-credentials, ang sabi ko, how is it different from taking a course in Coursera? I can go online and take a course in Coursera, and I can get a certificate. But since you're an Australian company, I know very well that there is no complementarity between Philippine education and Australian education. Meaning, even if you are a licensed professional here in the Philippines, let's say you have been working as a nurse for 10 years already, you have that 10-year experience. When you go to Australia, you will still be required to study for 1.5 years. Kahit na 10 taon ka ng lisensyadong nurse na nagtatrabaho sa Pilipinas. Kaya nga ang Pilipino, kaya nga niya gusto mag-abroad para magtrabaho, para kumita ng pera, para makatulong sa sarili niya at saka sa pamilya niya. Okay? So sabi ko sa kanila, kung yung model na yan ay magpapatuloy, sabi ko, Australia will never be an attractive place for Filipinos to migrate right away. Kasi iba naman kapag nagtrabaho ka muna sa Singapore or sa London or sa US, and this is where discrimination actually comes in against our educational system. Pag nagtrabaho ka kahit 1 taon lang sa Singapore, pagpunta mo ng Australia as a nurse, hindi ka na pag-aaralin ng 1 taon. Kaso, kahit na 10 taon nurse ka na sa Pilipinas, pag lumipat ka ng Australia, kailangan mo mag-aral ng 1.5 taon. So sabi namin, how can we partner together and shorten the time frame of study? At yun po ang ginawa ng ating partner. Ang term nga ng mga kasamahan natin na nagpunta doon, Sir X, parang nabudol mo tong mga partners natin dito. Bakit po? Kasi ang ginawa po nila, para po magkaroon ng complementarity, bumili po sila ng sarili nilang eskwelahan. And our partner is a regulator of Australian educational system. Para po siyang ARQUAT ng CHEN. Yun po yung equivalent. So yung mga kukunin po ng mga micro-credentials ng ating mga estudyante at saka mga empleyado sa University of Makati, hindi lamang po micro-credentials that they can show na credited or has a certificate from UMac, but if they want to work later on or pursue further studies in Australia, they have already earned credit units here in the Philippines. Yun po yung uniqueness ng programa na meron po tayo. At sabi ko nga po, these are risks that we are willing to take. These are programs that we are willing to experiment on. But at the end of the day, we know that the benefits of taking these risks and engaging in these kinds of conversation and developing programs like this will ultimately be beneficial to every stakeholder that we have here at the University of Makati. This year, we have also bridged academic and action through our BS in Disaster Risk Management. So meron na po tayo niyan. No? Kahit wala pang permit sa CHED. Di ba? Yan yung sinasabi ko na we in our management are willing to give up supposedly the support that will come from the national government through UniFast. Because we would rather have our autonomy and our identity as a university that is willing to take risks. Alam niyo po, kung tayo ay tumatanggap ng UniFast, hindi po natin mabubuksan yung programang yan. Bakit? Kasi isa sa mga requirements, kailangan lahat ng programa mo may COPC. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-offer ng kahit anong programa na walang COPC. Ngunit, along that line, we're also very proud to say na except for the new programs at saka yung mga ni-revise natin na programs, yung binago natin ng nomenclature, lahat po ng program offerings natin sa University of Makati ay meron na pong Certificate of Program Compliance from JED. So, maraming salamat po sa ating lahat because we could not have done it without the help and support of everyone. Okay? Meron na rin po tayong BS in Disaster Risk Management under the Institute for Social Development and Nation Building. Soon, our chiropractic program, yung Diploma in Chiropractic program natin will also be launched in the University of Makati. And one of our partners, yung sa USAID Energy Secure Philippines Women Engineers as Instruments for Sustainable Engineering in Renewable Energies, actually invited more than 500 grade 12 students to have the opportunity to participate in training sessions led by the renowned Solar Lolas. No? These are Aita women who were trained at Barefoot College in Rajasthan, India, to build solar-powered lamps through initiatives like this. UMAC and USAID ESP Wiser project continues to promote gender equality and sustainable engineering practices in the Philippines. Isa rin po sa mga highlights natin, and I'd like to thank one of the strongest partners of the University of Makati Employees Multi-Purpose Cooperative for this, is the Certificate of Accreditation that we received from the Cooperative Development Authority, UMAC being identified as a cooperative training provider. No? So ito po ay accomplishment din po natin. Also, during our last year's annual program review and planning conference, ang concentration natin was actually how do we now incorporate SDGs in all our plans and in all our actions here in the University of Makati. And it is with pride and honor to announce that we have also been tapped to spearhead the Makati City's voluntary local review of the city's progress in achieving its SDG goals. So yung binabanggit po natin na sana tayo din na maging training arm at saka research arm ng city, it is now becoming into fruition. Pang-apat, ito po yung mga accomplishments natin. Number 4, and I'd like to, of course, thank the Special Assistant to the President who has been very passionate about this, Sir Toby, for UMAC to be the first Laudato Si certified LUC in the country. Noong una po kami nagkaroon ng pagtitipon kay Mayor, ang sabi niya sa amin, nung nireport namin to, Mayor, nasa 65% na po tayo. Sabi niya, "Oh, what will it take to get 100%? So akala ko it will take, tinanong niya ako ng timeline. Sabi niya, maybe Mayor in another 2 years time. Kaso hindi pa po natatapos yung taon, tayo po ay 100% compliant na po as an active participant in the Laudato Si action platform. And the next step po niyan is for the University of Makati to be certified as a Laudato Si University. Yun na po yung susunod niyan. So, congratulations to everyone who bought into this actually project. Nagrereklamo nga sa akin si Jewel kasi tuwing may activity, ang sasabihin sa kanya ni Nikki, "Ma'am, bawal ang plastic. Ma'am, hindi pwede yan. Laudato Si tayo, ma'am." So nakikita yung consciousness even in the way we dispose of our trash, in our mindset, in the way we do things in the university. So maraming salamat po for being an active participant in this very noble and very great project. And sabi ko nga po, again, this will be included in the many firsts of the University of Makati. Dahil sa pagkakaalam ko po, tayo lang naman din yung LUC that has already received that certification. And by the way, ito pong certificate na to, it did not come from just any government or international agency. Alam niyo po ba kung saan galing yung certificate na yan? It came from the Vatican. Okay. It came from the Vatican. So, the Vatican is recognizing the University of Makati's active participation in protecting and taking care of our environment. Okay. Panglima, for UMAC to be the first LUC with a Knowledge, Innovation, Science, and Technology Park in the country. Hindi man po ito, sa tingin ko, magiging realidad. Primarily because of the territorial dispute that we are in with the city of Taguig. Bahagi ko na rin po sa inyo, no? Doon po sa pagtitipon namin kay Mayor Nancy, inilatag po namin yung plano na magkaroon ng additional facilities sa University of Makati. Ang una po naming sinuggest, yung vacant lot dito po sa likod ng Building 3. Yun dito po sa may water tower natin. Di ba? Bago ka, kung saan nakalagay yung genset natin, bago ka pumunta ng HPSB. That's about 400 square meters. So sabi namin, "Ma'am, patayuan po natin yan ng maybe a 10-story building. We will house all our graduate or post-baccalaureate programs there. We will transfer our School of Law. We will transfer the graduate school there. And then the proposed plan to put up a School of Medicine in that building. And additional student centers." Kaso, mas innovative pa pala yung sinuggest nila Attorney Jewel. Kasi hindi lang yun yung tinignan nila. Which, sabi ko, hindi ko nga na-imagine na. Oo nga, ano. Ang sinuggest nila Attorney Jewel, yung buong track oval. Yung nakapaikot na bleacher stands. Gawan siya ng building paikot. So you could just imagine, di ba? Yung ginawa nilang artist perspective, napakaganda. You still maintain the turf and the oval, but the bleacher stands will now be converted into a university building na oval shape. When I saw the design, sabi ko, ang ganda. Sabi ko, we were pitching it to the mayor. But para alam nyo na, the mayor's directive is not towards building from ground up. And also not building it here at the University of Makati. It's not to say that she is not supportive, but her thinking, and this is supported by the City Council, is we should establish a footprint in the first district of the City of Makati. Kasi nga naman, di ba, it is very awkward that the name of our institution is University of Makati, but our address is Taguig City. Alam nyo, parati akong natatanong yan eh. Di ba? Sabi ko nga, I have this running joke because every time that I meet people, outside or first-time engagement with partners or people, one of the most common questions that they ask me, so, ano ka na ba? Taguig City University ka na ba? I know you've heard this joke from me. Ang sinasabi ko, anong TCU? Anong Taguig City University? Sabi ko, o ano ka na ba? UTAG ka na ba? Ginaganon nila ako, University of Taguig ka na ba? Sabi ko, anong UTAG? MACU. Sabi ko gano'n, di ba? Makati University pa rin. Di ba? We're still University of Makati. But, kidding aside, I think it makes sense na dapat talaga makapag-establish tayo ng footprint in the first district of the city. Kasi talaga namang itinayo yung University of Makati primarily to serve the residents of the city. And for the longest time, yung mga residente ng Makati from the farther barangays from where we are always challenged to go to UMAC. Halimbawa, kung mga tipong nakatira ka na sa Bangkal, sa San Isidro, medyo mahirap na talaga ang biyahe mo papunta sa University of Makati. So, part of the plan that the mayor has asked us to look into is the possibility of either acquiring already an existing building in the first district of Makati and transferring some of our degree programs there so that we will have a footprint in the first district of the city of Makati. But I'm sharing that kasi sabi ko nga, hindi man maging isatupad yung pangarap natin na maging KIST Park tayo at this time, no? But there is always hope. Hindi naman natin sinasara yan dahil, di ba, bilog ang mundo, hindi natin alam, maybe in the future, baka wala na tayo dito, mabago ang setup dito, baka yung Taguig maging Makati na ulit. Hindi natin masasabi. Di ba? Hindi natin masasabi. But for the meantime, what have we done? Hindi man siya full-blown KIST Park. Ngayon, kitang-kita natin yung mga innovative works and ideas na ginagawa ng ating mga estudyante. And this led us to the setting up of our own TBI office, now headed by Dr. Matt Makalaging, our ITSO office, headed by Sir Jagurin. And these are offices that now support the research projects, initiatives, and outputs of our students and our faculty, coursed through our University Research Center. So now we have an ecosystem where there is support for innovation, for knowledge generation, and also for innovativeness. Bakit ko nasabi yan? Kasi naglalagak na tayo ng pondo para dyan. No? Meron na tayong nilalagak na pondo para dyan. At, syempre, kakambal niyan, niyang KIST Park, ay yung pag-develop natin ng stronger culture for research in the university. Alam niyo po, yung research, hindi lang naman yan, sabi ko nga, doon sa nabibilang ng dami ng papel na napuproduce, but more so the quality of paper that we are now able to produce and generate here at the University of Makati. Bakit ko po nasasabing quality yung napuproduce na po natin? Halos kada buwan, ang dami kong pinipirmahan na nagre-request para po makapag-ibang bansa para ma-present yung paper nila because those papers have been accepted for presentation abroad. Kasi kung hindi naman po maayos yung mga papel na ginagawa natin, hindi naman po ma-vet itong mga papel na ito. No? Kaya tuwing nakikita ko si Mr. Pasquito, parati ko naalala, Sir, saan ka na naman pupunta? Mag-present ka na naman ng... But that goes through to a lot of our employees here at the University of Makati. And we have provided already that support mechanism. And still, we're very proud that we are the local university with the most number of Scopus research publications cited at 88. And yung output po ng ating professorial chair, napakagagaling po lahat ng mga nag-present at ng mga binahagi ng kanilang mga papel. Okay? 89 na po pala, sorry. Okay? Ang dami na pala. Pangpito, hindi lamang po tayo nag-excel in academics and also in the intellectual field, but also in other areas that actually makes up the total human being. We are continuously developing talent in culture and sports. So, our women's basketball team was the first runner-up in the WNCAA, and we were actually adjudged as the overall champion of NAASCU for the past season. Our UMAC floorball team emerged as champion of the Philippine Floorball League. The UMAC Touch Rugby Herons were the champion of the Touch League 2024-2025. Our very own Jan Norbin Puig was named Most Valuable Player and earned a spot in the Mythical Five alongside Ivon Gavieres. Our women's volleyball team for powering their way to first runner-up as well in the WNCAA. The UMAC table tennis team hit first runner-up in the Universities and Colleges Premier League, UCPL 2025, both for men and women. Ang dami po nito. Parang 3 page po itong accomplishments ng ating mga atleta at saka ang ating mga cultural performers. No? Di po ako nagbibiro. No? Ito po lahat. Liliit po ng font. Kaya ang dami po. But thank you very much. Kasi hindi lang naman din po magagawa ng ating mga estudyante yan na mag-excel in culture and the arts. Of course, without the dedicated support and leadership of our coaches and also the support coming from our VP for Student Services and Community Development. So maraming salamat po for making the university proud. No? So yung next page po niyan, yun dun po sa culture and the arts. Hindi ko na po babasahin kasi napakarami na po niyan. No? But ito lamang po ay patunay na talagang napakagaling po ng University of Makati, hindi lamang po in the field of academics, but also in other areas as well. Yung pangwalo, for the University of Makati to be a model of a passport system for integrated learning modality for LUCs. Alam niyo po, I had an interesting conversation with the president of Unilab Education just the other day. Okay? Si Attorney Ochave, one of our partners in the university, is the senior vice president of Unilab, and he's the president of RightMed and Pharex, and also happens to be the chair of the Unilab Foundation. So Unilab Foundation was tasked to invest heavily or come up with programs directed in education. So they put up Unilab Education. And we were picking each other's minds during the conversation. And it centered on a model that I have actually been advocating, and this is the passport model. And we were talking about transnational education. Okay? We were talking about TNE. I shared this to some of our MANCOM members. Sabi ko sa kanya, attorney, transnational education is very hard to succeed in the Philippines. Of course, when Philippine universities go abroad, they all want to sign a memorandum of agreement with other universities because this is a metric of their internationalization efforts. When they go back, they will submit to CHED a copy of the MOA that they signed with a university abroad. Okay? But the articulation of that memorandum of agreement, a lot of times does not happen, especially the articulation on academic complementarity. Meaning, yung mga 3+1 or 2+2. Diba? Naiintindihan niyo yung sinasabi ko na, 3 years ka dito, 1 year ka mag-aaral, tapos joint degree tayo. Or 2 years dito, 2 years dun sa kabila, joint degree tayo. Sabi ko, it will not work kasi for SUCs and LUCs, kaya nga sa LCUC at LUC nag-aral yung mga estudyante, karamihan doon, walang pambayad sa private school. Kung sa private school naman, bakit naman ibibigay ng private school yung estudyante niya sa'yo, di mawawalan pa siya ng tuition fee income for 2 years or 1 year. Ang source of income ng private schools, tuition. Sabi ko, the only way for it to happen is to do bite-sized chunks of partnerships. Ibig sabihin, kung itong university na to abroad has a strong program in this area, okay, kuha lang tayo ng isang subject o isang 3 unit or 1 unit lang. Doon lang tayo mag-partner. Mas feasible yon, konti lang, mas mura. Okay? In fact, yun yung ginagawa natin ngayon doon sa partnership natin with Australia. And this is the passport system that we want to introduce here in the University of Makati. Na kung may mga partners tayo, yesterday, I had a meeting with Mr. Ray Vea and Doji Maisorcampo, the president of Mapua, and they toured us around their campus in Makati. Very beautiful, very modern campus, especially in medicine. Kasi sabi ko noon kay Mayor, Ma'am, tayo tayo ng School of Medicine. Natuwa siya. Kasi sabi ko, your dad was a lawyer, started the School of Law. Your mom is a doctor, maybe we start a School of Medicine. Kaya lang, medicine is capital intensive. Hindi kagaya ng law school na wala kang kailangang laboratory. Kailangan mo magagaling na professor. Sa medicine, kailangan mo na magagaling na professor, kailangan mo rin ng mamahaling mga laboratory. Yung Mapua established, ang ganda. So sabi ko sa kanila, let's do a partnership specifically for our allied health programs. Yung 4 nating allied health, psychology, pharmacy, radtech, at saka nursing. Okay? The city will be providing a ceiling of 100,000 scholarship subsidy. Mapua will be providing an additional, we're still working out the details, maybe at most 30% discount, additional 30% discount on tuition fees. The tuition fee is around 250,000 pesos a year, okay, for medicine. And we can actually provide a feeder of talent for their medical school. But more than that, dahil nakita ko yung facilities nila, kasama ko noon kahapon si Dean Endix. Sabi ni Dean Endix sa akin, Sir, ang ganda ng facility nila. Pwede yan dun sa nursing din natin. Yung RLE courses natin, doon natin gawin. Yung mga mannequins nila are talagang kakaiba, bago, very modern. No? Kinikwento ko nga kay Jewel, yung pagka ni-slice mo, makikita mo yung mga ugat, kaso mga mannequin na synthetic. Okay? And this is the model that I am looking at. Yun yung sinasabi ko dun sa passport. Malakas sila sa ganyang area, wala tayo, then we share resources, tatatakan, you have been trained and certified. May tatak from them, may tatak from us. Meron namang areas na malakas tayo, pwede naman sila ngayon ang pupunta dito, tatatakan natin, we will train them. And yun. To date, the closest thing that we have for this is our partnership with APEG for our Australian micro-credentials. That is the accomplishment that I can report to you to date. But hopefully, moving forward, the challenge to all of us is not only to look at partners internally for our program, but also to look at partners where our students can actually become better externally as well. Bakit ko sinasabi yan? Kasi the city is willing to support it. Kahapon, I just realized, nung binabanggit ni Mayor sa amin, strengthen your foreign language program. Yung syudad na yung gagastos. So yun yung sinasabi ko na the city is willing to support and fund it. So, wag tayong makontento na dito lang natin pwedeng gawin. The directive now is to look for other partner institutions where we can now expose our students to those institutions as well. Okay? Yes, magaling tayo, kaso hindi rin natin pwedeng ikaila na meron ding ibang mga institusyon na mga magagaling din. Okay? At mas maganda kung yung galing nila ay mababahagi din sa ating mga estudyante. And that's the model that we are looking at moving forward. Number 9. Okay? To continue to champion and take the lead in industry academe partnership and linkages. So, parati ko naman pong sinasabi taon-taon na ang sekreto kung bakit ang kalidad ng pag-aaral sa University of Makati at saka yung antas na nararating natin ngayon bilang kinikilala, bilang isang premyadong pamantasan is because of our strategy of engaging the industry in our different programs in the university. And of course, we take special recognition to our university secretary who has been leading these efforts to ensuring that we take care of our partners. We accommodate as many partners as we can. And of course, all the different academic heads and admin heads that ensures, diba, that these partnerships also actually, bear fruit. Hindi yung, sabi ko nga, just a piece of paper that we have signed. So, and ngayon, hindi lamang tayo limited nga sa mga local partners. Ang dami na nating mga international partners as well. Napakasipag ng ating Director for Internationalization. In fact, as we are holding our convocation right now, they will be attending the CHED Icon Awards. And we are one of 6 nominated higher educational institutions to receive a prestigious award from CHED as far as internationalization is concerned. Sabi ko nga, kung hindi tayo nilump with SUCs, tayo na yung nanalo. Kung may separate category for LUCs. Kasi ginawa nila 2 category. SUC together with LUCs and private. Kaso dun sa SUC, LUC, tayo lang ang LUC na nominated as a finalist. So, let us hope that by the end of the day, while we are celebrating later, another good news will be received. And yung efforts natin for internationalization and global recognition will continue as part of our strengthening our industry-academe partnerships and linkages. And lastly, to be a preferred school of choice because of academic excellence. Currently, we have 10,664 enrollees in our tertiary level, 1,908 in our senior high school, with a total population of 12,572. And out of this student population, iisa-isahin ko po yung mga accomplishments natin in the different units. Siyempre, nangunguna dyan yung Institute of Arts and Design, no? Na talaga namang bringing the university, reaping a lot of awards and recognition. Susunod po yung ating School of Law na inaabangan po natin, January 7. We are confident 100% ulit ang passing ng ating bar takers. Okay? Yung ating pong iba't iba pang mga, ito po, yung sa psychology, yung first runner-up in the 38th Psychological Association of the Philippines Inter-School Psychology Quiz Bee. Meron po tayong estudyante, one first runner-up, pagsusulat ng sanaysay, while Mendoza and Genetato represented NCR in the extemporaneous speech and writing competition. Okay? Again, IAD, ang dami po natin mga estudyante dyan. Yung mga student journalists din po natin that has won several awards. May kwento nga po si VP Ed dyan kasi nagpunta siya to support his son, no, in that competition and was pleasantly surprised. Ang daming mga yumak na nandun and they had very little time to prepare for the competition and yet they won several recognitions and awards in that student journalist competition. Yung ating pong Institute of Pharmacy, which received the Recognition of Excellence Award from the Generics Pharmacy 2025. Yung ating pong, ito po, kauna-unahang LUC na PAASCU accreditation. So nakapasa na po tayo sa first level of accreditation ng PAASCU. And ang dami pa po natin talagang mga iba't iba pang mga accomplishments. Hindi lamang po sa academics, ha? Alam niyo po, pinagmamalaki ko yung sa admin sector, di ba, Attorney Jewel? Yung ating Oro Inidoro Awards, parati ko po sinasabi, di ba? As a public institution, the perception of public institutions kapag nagpunta ka, especially kapag binisita mo yung banyo, madumi. Alam niyo po, hindi po tayo nag-apply doon sa Oro Inidoro Awards. It was sent anonymously. We don't know if it was a student, an employee, or a visitor from UMAC. And nagulat na lang po tayo that we were advised that we were a finalist. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Ginagawa po natin yung trabaho natin, hindi para makakamit ng papuri o recognition. Ginagawa po natin yung trabaho natin dahil mahal natin yung institusyon. Because we love the institution. Yung awards, yung recognitions, bonus na lang sa atin. Bonus na lang po sa atin yan. What I see in this room are people who genuinely love the University of Makati. And maraming salamat po for that genuine love that you have for the University of Makati. Meron pong tatapusin ko po yung aking State of the University address by directives that are that the mayor in our meetings actually wanted to cascade and share with everyone. Okay? Starting next semester, and this is through the initiative of the mayor and support of the University of Makati management, the city will now be subsidizing all miscellaneous fees of our students. So, yung binabayaran po ng mga estudyante natin na laboratory fee, na culture and arts fee, athletics fee, and research fee, ang directive po na binigay ng ating mayor ay isama na sa AIP natin, ipahingan ng supplemental, and the city will be the one to find a way to be able to provide this support to our students so that the students' fees, miscellaneous fees, will completely now be free. Of course, hindi po kasama dyan yung mga student-based organizational fees that they have to pay. Yung mga estudyante po na mga student orgs, ang ating student council, sila na po yung bahalang gumawa po ng paraan para makolekta po yan sa kani-kanilang mga fellow students. Pero yung other fees, hindi na po natin yan sisingilin sa ating mga estudyante. At para din po suporta sa ating mga estudyante, yung MIP, yung internship program, no? Magkakaroon po ng MIP program dedicated to students of the University of Makati. Okay. In fact, kahapon, napagkasundaan din po na yung dun sa mga SA natin, nung pinepresenta namin yung proposal na sana magkaroon ng tranches of increase from 60 to 70 to 80 pesos within a 3-year period, ang sagot po ng ating butihing mayora, bakit pa kayo mag-aantay ng 3 taon? Next year, gawin na nating 80 pesos ang per hour ng ating mga student assistants. Okay. Ito, Sir Dean Jason, malaking tulong po to. Pinapaaral din sa atin para yung mga assessment fees related to NC or skills training ng mga bata ay isasama na natin din sa ating AIP para hindi na po problemahin ng ating mga estudyante ang paglagak ng pera para po pagbayad ng assessment fees. Challenge ngayon po to sa ating I-test at saka sa iba pa pong mga colleges and institutes natin that has faculty that can actually deliver skills training to our students. Kasi sa totoo lamang po, hindi naman kailangan mag-training ang isang individual sa isang training center para magpa-assess. Kasi kung confident ka na kaya mong ipasa yung assessment ng TESDA, pwede kang magpunta anytime and have yourself assessed. Kaso, syempre, para masiguro natin na papasa, kailangan dumaan din sa maigtingang training. Halimbawa, no? Kung ikaw ay nagmamaneho ng sasakyan sa loob na ng, sabihin mo ng 20 taon ka nang marunong magmaneho ng sasakyan, hindi mo na kailangan mag-enroll pa in a training center to learn driving. You can go to an assessment center and get an NC certification in driving. No? And I'm sure if you have been driving for 20 years, most likely papasa ka. Kaso, ito po, malaking tulong po yan, magiging malaking tulong po yan para po sa ating mga estudyante. Okay? Yung binabanggit po natin na ang University of Makati ay maging training provider ng city, nakalatag din po yung programang yan para po sa ating mga empleyado at saka sa ating mga partners in the university. Ito po, isa sa mga programa na gusto rin po niyang pagtuunan natin ng pansin, Dean Edit, no, is to offer a Bachelor in Real Estate Management. No? This was one of the directives as well that was shared to us by our mayor. And of course, hindi lang po nasulat dyan, yung pag-establish po ng School of Medicine sa University of Makati. So, kitang-kita naman po na kahit iba na po ang liderato sa pamahalaang lungsod ng Makati, kitang-kita pa rin po ang todong suporta ng ating butihing mayor na si Mayor Nancy Binay sa mga programa ng University of Makati. So, muli po, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat at mabuhay po ang University of Makati.
All right, thank you very much, President Ramos, for the inspiring report, a vision we can rally behind, and a greater milestone for 2026.